Shocking war facts that school mapping was sent to prison.
Everybody,
D-Day was at Normandy Beach is made up of broken down shrapnel. Start of World War II, nearly 3 million were manufactured in America over the course of the war. Even owned slaves. Shocking war facts that R24. Serial killer Joe Matheny sold burgers at his food stand made of animal meat and the flesh of his victims. Red milk, and both parents feed their young with it. There are more Panda Expresses in the world than of an unsinkable ship that hit an iceberg. In the story, there was a shortage of lifeboats, and the ship was called Titan. There was a tiger in India known as the Champawat tiger that killed 436 people. Researchers once turned a cat into a telephone, a living cat. And the cat actually survived the experiment. That is, until they killed it to see if the same experiment would work with a dead cat. It didn't. Psycho. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Silence of the Lambs, and American Horror Story all have characters based on serial killer Ed Gein, who was so heartbroken by the death of his mother that he began to make a woman suit, so he could become her and literally crawl inside of her skin. Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never. Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 9. Condoms are useful for a number of reasons, but if you need a quick way to store liquid, they can actually hold up to a gallon of water, plus they're waterproof, so you can safely store things like matches, electronics, and pretty much anything that shouldn't get wet. If you ever find yourself being dragged underwater by an alligator, shove your fingers into its nose. This breaks the seal alligators need to keep water out of their airways and will make them release you immediately. Each railroad crossing has a number on it, so if your car ever gets by the oncoming trains to stop. If you're ever at a party and your drink tastes unusually salty, do not continue drinking it. Rohypnol, the date rape drug, is reported to have a salty taste. Truck drivers often receive information about dangerous weather, hazards, and accidents before other drivers do. So if you ever see one pulled over or driving differently, it may be a sign that danger is ahead. Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 9. Condoms are useful for a number of reasons, but if you need a quick way to store liquid, they can actually hold up to a gallon of water, plus they're waterproof, so you can safely store things like matches, electronics, and pretty much anything that shouldn't get wet. If you ever find yourself being dragged underwater. Number 3. After noticing an ingrown... Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you. Part 4. King Herod had his wife's body preserved in honey after she died. He then proceeded to have sex with her dead corpse for 7 years. Oh, honey. Albert Einstein not only married his first cousin Elsa, but also cheated on her with over 10 other women. Catherine the Great hired full-time professional foot ticklers whose only job was to tickle her feet and sing her songs. Soldiers during World War I were so desperate to get off the battlefield that they intentionally tried to get STDs so they would be discharged and sent home. In the 17th century, there was a form of twerking called molding cockle bread. It was the craze for young women at the time and turned the mundane actions of making bread into a sexual fun act. Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you. Part 4. King Herod had his wife's body preserved in honey after she died. He then proceeded to have sex with her dead corpse for 7 years. Oh, honey. Albert Einstein not only married his first cousin Elsa, but also cheated on her with over 10 other women. Catherine the Great hired full-time professional foot ticklers whose only job was to tickle her feet and sing her songs. Soldiers during World War I were so desperate to get off the battlefield that they intentionally tried to get STDs, horror movie recommendations that will haunt your nightmares. Part 1. Shocking war facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 2. Before his presidency, George Bush Sr. served as a pilot during World War II. During the war, his plane was shot down in a bombing raid against Japan, and everyone in his 9-man crew was captured, but luckily, he managed to escape. His fellow crew members were tortured, killed, and 4 of them were even eaten by Japanese soldiers. The youngest person to ever fight in the U.S. military, Calvin Graham, was just 12 years old at the time of enlisting. He saw combat and was even awarded a Purple Heart Medal. But after being wounded, his true age was revealed and he was immediately discharged. In 1977, around 500 cars were mysteriously abandoned in a forest near Ardennes, Belgium. The source of these cars is heavily debated, but many believe that American and Canadian soldiers left them behind when they returned home from war. In 1776, a secret committee uncovered evidence that revealed that George Washington's bodyguard was planning to kill him. In 1983, Soviet commanding officer Stanislav Petrov received a warning signal that indicated that there was an oncoming nuclear missile. However, Petrov felt that something was wrong with the signal and chose to disobey Soviet protocol, which required him to fire a missile immediately when a warning signal went off. It was later revealed to be a false alarm, but had he followed protocol and fired, a nuclear war would have broken out. Shocking war facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 2. Before nightmarish facts about your body that you probably shouldn't think about. Part 1. Due to the brain's lack of pain receptors, brain surgery is often performed while the patient is awake and talking. And in some cases of brain surgery, the surgeon will pull your face forward like a banana. Men's nipples can be stimulated enough to produce milk. Once you turn 30 years old, you can expect to lose half an inch every 10 years. When you developed in the womb, your anus was formed before anything else.
Oh, yeah.
So at one point, you were nothing but an asshole. Your penis has rifling. That's why the string twists. If you decapitate someone, their head will remain conscious for 15 to 20 seconds, which is long enough for them to realize what you did to them. Nightmarish facts about your body that you probably shouldn't think about. Part 1. Due to the brain's lack of pain receptors, brain surgery is often performed while the patient is awake and talking. And in some cases of brain surgery, the surgeon will pull your face forward like a banana. Men's nipples can be stimulated enough to produce milk. Once you turn 30 years old, you can expect to lose half an inch every 10 years. When you developed in the womb, your anus was formed before anything else. So at one point, you...
My God, are you kidding me? Where do you think I learned all this shit from?
When sailing to the Americas, Christopher Columbus came across manatees, which he mistook for mermaids. It's also worth noting that manatees have vaginas which are most anatomically similar to humans. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. In 1493, Columbus may have had sex with a manatee. Ancient Egyptians used crocodile poop as a contraceptive. Women would shove it up their vagina to block the sperm, and because it was so acidic, that shit actually worked. Benjamin Franklin was really into jokes. He even wrote a letter to a close friend describing the benefits of an older lady. He writes, "The upstairs ages, but the downstairs does not." When sailing to the Americas, Christopher Columbus came across manatees, which he mistook for mermaids. It's also worth noting that manatees have vaginas which are most anatomically similar to humans. Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 10. If you're walking through the forest and all of a sudden everything goes dead silent, seek shelter immediately. There's a predator nearby. Humans are some of the only animals that smile, so if you see one open its mouth or bare its teeth, it's likely a warning sign of aggression. If you're being held at gunpoint by a robber and they demand your purse or wallet, do not hand it to them, throw it away. Odds are they'll be more interested in the money than they are in you. Besides the obvious reason, you should always keep a bottle of vodka on you at all times. It's useful for treating wounds, cleaning your hands, soothing a toothache or a sore throat, and is even able to kill infections. 98% of men who don't fight professionally throw a right hook when provoked. Simply dodge run. Here are some facts that you probably didn't know that one day could save your life. Part 10. If you're walking through the forest and all of a sudden everything goes dead silent, shocking war facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 30. During a sea battle between Uruguay and Brazil, Uruguay was low on ammunition, so they made cannonballs out of stale cheese they had on board the ship. And this actually led to them winning the fight. Plastic surgery was actually created during World War II by a surgeon who fixed soldiers' faces who had been shot in the war. During the Korean War, a group of Marines were low on ammunition and codenamed the delivery Operation Tootsie Rolls. However, the radio operator misunderstood and sent a mass delivery of Tootsie Rolls instead. A lot of people know the story of Adolf Hitler, one of the most evil people in history to ever live. But less know the story of William Hitler, his half-nephew who fled to the U.S., served in the American Navy, and was even awarded a Purple Heart Medal. Shocking lore facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 30. During a sea battle between Uruguay and Brazil, Uruguay was low on ammunition, so they made cannonballs out of stale cheese they had on board the ship. This actually led to them winning the fight. Plastic surgery was actually created during codenamed The Delivery, Operation Tootsie Rolls. However, the radio operator misunderstood and sent a mass delivery of Tootsie Rolls instead. A lot of people know the story of Adolf Hitler, one of the most evil people in history to ever live. But less know the story of William Hitler, his half-nephew who fled to the U.S., served in the American Navy, and was even awarded a Purple Heart Medal. Normal-looking photos that have a disturbing backstory. Part 24. On June 18th, 1964, protesters jumped into a white pool at a hotel in Florida. In an effort to drive them out, the hotel owner started pouring acid into the water. This is the last photo of cave diver John Jones. He took a wrong turn in the famous Nutty Putty Cave and fell down a hole and stuck upside down for 27 hours until he eventually died due to cardiac arrest. June and Jennifer Gibbons, known as
I got his name that fast, so I call him Evan for a lot.
And the twins had an agreement that one died, the other must start speaking and live a normal life. Shortly after their release from a mental health hospital, Jennifer died of mysterious causes.
That's why I had to say enough, and you know, I wait for him to talk. I like, yeah.
Normal-looking photos that have
That's how I read normal. I like, oh yeah, his name is Caleb.
On June 18th,
I don't know, is Caleb or
protesters jumped into a whites-only pool
one
at
of
a
them,
hotel in
Philip.
In an effort to drive them out, the hotel owner started pouring acid into
dang.
This is the last photo of cave diver John Jones. He took a wrong turn
His name is you again, yes.
Thank
You
and fell
touch
down
me
a
with
hole
number.
and was stuck upside down for 27 hours until he eventually died due to cardiac arrest. June and Jennifer Gibbons, known as the
No, not me.
were
My
inseparable
well,
sisters who eventually
that's
stopped
what
speaking
he's
to
for
other people.
again.
And the twins had an agreement that if one died, the other must start speaking and live a normal life. Shortly after their release from the mental health hospital, Jennifer died of mysterious causes. And June spoke the next day for the first time in over 20 years. Normal-looking photos that have a disturbing backstory. Part 24. On June 18th, 1964, protesters jumped into a whites-only pool at a hotel in Florida. In an effort to drive them out, the hotel owner started pouring acid into the water. This is the last photo of cave diver John Jones. He took a wrong turn in the famous Nutty Putty Cave and fell down a hole and was stuck upside down for 27 hours until he eventually died due to cardiac arrest. June and Jennifer Gibbons, known as the Silent Twins, were inseparable sisters who eventually horror movie facts.
I don't read normal.
Part 2.
I do read normal. He got banned, but I got.
Surprisingly, they aren't actually singing in French.
Oh yeah,
They're
I'm
singing in a completely made-up language.
That good
If you look on the wall of the dining room in the other mother's home, you'll see 3 portraits of silhouettes.
That's why this man always helps me.
Children that
So
appear later.
it's my backup.
In the normal world, the boy is blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. Part 26. Atoms are 99% nothing, which makes us 99% nothing as well. Also, if you come in contact with someone or something, you're not actually touching them. You're simply sensing the repulsion between your atoms and theirs. You can get bed bugs from movie theater seats. In 1386, a French pig was publicly executed for the murder of a child. The pig was given full legal representation and provided human clothes for the trial. A 7-year-old South African girl is more likely to be raped than to receive an education. In the 1950s, many babies in orphanages didn't cry very often because they knew their cries wouldn't be answered. Hans Langseth, the man with the longest beard in history, died when he tripped off grit and cracked his neck. The maximum prison sentence in Brazil is 30 years, meaning that mass murderers like Pedro Rodrigues Vilho, who killed over 100 people, are walking free today. Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. Part 26. Atoms are 99% nothing, which makes us 99. Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you. Part 6. Greeks, Romans, and Spartans were really into anal for both sexes. Male warriors would do it as a sign of camaraderie and brotherhood, and women would do it before marriage as they only had to be vagina virgins to get married. The first ever condoms were made of discarded animals, such as pig intestines and lambskin. Queen Victoria's oldest son, King Edward VII, had a love chair custom made for having sex with multiple people at the same time. The same chair later sold for $4 million. In ancient Greece, large peepees were a sign that someone was foolish or stupid, which is why many statues depict small peepees, because this was a sign of intellect. When Phryne, an Athenian on trial in ancient Greece, flashed her boobs to the court, the judges thought they were so perfect that they decided to spare her.
He already tagging.
Dirty facts about history that school probably did. Nightmarish facts about your body.
How? I'm not gonna say I drowned, but I went to land that last second.
Constipation can make you vomit poop. A teratoma
Yo,
is a
I
rare
like
type of
so
tumor
hard
that can
that
grow
I
hair,
died
teeth,
by a leg.
bones, intestines,
I'm just saying,
and
I died by
there is a
a
bloody
leg.
skeleton
I'm not gonna
living
say
inside.
I died
Bone
because I'm a
dust
fish
smells
now.
like Cool Ranch Doritos. This is what the MRI of a baby
My
looks
clothes
like.
turned me to fish. I
Holy
turned
shit.
myself to fish. Make no sense, right?
Unusual deaths in
And
human
I lost
history.
that big hole. Where is it?
A little under a month ago, the body of a 39-year-old man was discovered hanging upside down inside the leg of a papier-mâché stegosaurus. He crawled
Do I
inside
say I
head first
burned
trying
to
to
death?
retrieve his phone, but got trapped, causing him to experience a slow, painful death. In 2019, a Sri Lankan man
You
was
like that
trampled to death
with
by
me?
a wild
I'm
elephant
hoping
after
all
jumping out of
night.
his car
I'm
and
dead.
attempting to hypnotize him. In 2016, a 10-year-old boy named Caleb Schwab was decapitated when he was ejected from his ride on Verrut, a 168-foot-tall water slide at Schlitterbahn Water Park. In late 2019, a family in Iowa was trying to make a viral gender reveal to announce the sex of their baby. The family proceeded to fill a steel umbrella stand with gunpowder, inadvertently making a pipe bomb, causing 56-year-old Pamela Kreimeier to be hit in the head with shrapnel, killing her instantly. Unusual deaths in human
I lost
history.
myself.
Part
I'm
one.
taking
A
a
little under a
wheel.
month ago, the body of a 39-year-old man was discovered hanging up. Nightmarish
I
facts
went
about your
far
body that you
fun
probably
too.
shouldn't think about.
That's my first time going far.
The acid in your body is strong
That's
enough to dissolve razor blades, which is why your stomach is in a constant battle to not digest itself. When you get a sunburn, your cells are dying to avoid becoming cancerous. A sneeze can blow out of your nose at over 100 miles an hour. So next time, be careful, because it's actually possible to break a rib simply by sneezing. If you've ever been on a roller coaster and feel like your heartbeat is in
sneeze
your
a
mouth,
lot.
it isn't your imagination. Your organs are actually moving around inside your body. Humans are bioluminescent, meaning that we glow in the dark, but our eyes are just too weak to see it. There's a condition known as fatal
I break my
insomnia.
hip. I break
One
my
day,
back.
you
Oh,
can't go
damn.
to sleep, and eventually you die because of this lack of sleep. You know that
That's my
moment
first
when
time
you're about
breaking
to
my
fall
weak
asleep and
things.
suddenly you flinch because you
Ha
feel
ha
like
ha.
you're falling? This is actually known as a hypnic jerk, and it alerts your body that you're dying, or at least thinks that you're dying. Nightmarish facts about your body that you probably shouldn't think
Ow.
about. The acid in your body is strong enough to dissolve razor blades, which is why your stomach is in a constant battle to
Why
not
is it like
digest
a
itself. Shocking war facts that school definitely
Why I
didn't
did
teach you.
not?
Part 4. During World War II, Americans were so suspicious of Germans that German Shepherd dogs were killed. When he knew that he would soon be home from a battle, Napoleon would specifically request that his wife not bathe for several days until they had sex. Napoleon wanted a lady in the streets, but a stank freak in the sheets. During World War II, the tallest German soldier, who stood a staggering 7'6", surrendered to the smallest British soldier, who was nearly 3 feet shorter than him. Many of the men who died in the Civil War were listed as missing because they were killed by explosions that immediately turned them into red mist. With no remains left to identify them, these men are still considered missing in action. Shocking war facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 4. During World War II, Americans were so suspicious of Germans that German Shepherd dogs were killed. When he knew that he would soon be home from a battle, Napoleon would specifically request that his wife not bathe for several days until they had sex. Napoleon wanted a lady in the streets, but a stank freak in the sheets. During World War II, the tallest German soldier, who stood a staggering 7'6", surrendered to the smallest British soldier, who was nearly 3 feet shorter than him. Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you. Part 7. The first vibrator in history was invented by Cleopatra. She filled up a hollow gourd with angry bees, causing the gourd to vibrate rapidly, and the rest is history. 4 different popes have died during or because of sex. 2 of a heart attack during, and 2 because they were killed by the husbands of the women that they had an affair with. Immediately after busing onto his for the first time in human history. According to some accounts, King Tut was mummified with a bow. If you have an erection that lasts longer than 2,000 years, please contact an archaeologist for immediate medical assistance. The man who created autopilot, Lawrence Sperry, tested it out by having sex on board with his lover. However, the 2 mounted controls
Shit, no. Help! Somebody!
Let's find Geometry Dash. Because it's loud as shit. The telephone. Alright, moving on.
Damn it all!
Somebody get me out of here! Let me go! Shit for brains! What the hell? Go on and move! Shit! Someone help me!
Damn, bro, you good? You got like COVID or some shit? You do? Damn. Huh? Alright.
Please, someone help me! Christ alive!
Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
Hellfire!
I see. Oh,
Let me go!
that's all.
Why?
Think. I see you. Name. I did not see you. Oh, I got you. My friend Lee. My friend Tony and. Loki, don't leave again. Oh.
No need for a gun.
No. Oh, I think he got kicked. Or he
What happened?
one of them two. He got kicked or he knew he's fine.
No, I'm here, bro.
Wow, been a while since you've been back.
He's not talking. I think he got kicked or
You want to look at? It's got everything in here.
Nah, he's just not talking.
Your boy is different. Like your boy don't like to talk a lot. Oh.
It's yours now.
Oh. I actually pooped my pants.
You need anything else, let me know.
D-Book. Get that shit out of here, boy. Let's go. Try. Hell yeah, D-Book. Oh, why does it sound like you put so much effort in the coffin? Oh, there's...
I am copying you, but I actually copy for you. Oh, I copy him, but at the same time, I was like, oh. I'm like, my pants. I need something in my pants. What's my luck poop? Let go.
Bro, what the hell is wrong with you guys? There's...
I almost fall up. I don't want to talk to me. Oh, you talk about my fall up. I'm doing. Cause I fall up in my mouth, and I swallow it too.
Yeah, because I wanted to know that. Disgusting piece of shit.
Oh wow, you call me a piece of shit? Since that's why my own fall up? Yes, I am.
Bro, I don't need to know that though.
Yeah, but you call me strange. That I fall up and I make a different fall up like you do.
I don't care if you do it, but the fact that you told me. You don't need to tell me.
Yeah, you call me strange, so I need to know you. I need to tell the proof. You know, like who's swinging now, like me or you.
I don't need to know that.
It's both for us.
A hot step. More. Get to him. Shoot. Green in your face. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
piece of rope. I'm stuck in the frame.
Get the shit out of you, bitch. Hell yeah, bitch. Oh, I didn't even shoot that.
need help.